Is this working? Let me pat the mic. Is this working? Testing 1 2 3. A testing a 1 2 a threes. A testing a 1 2 and a threes. Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Jay Barry here, back with another video, here to give you guys greatness once again, which is the PlayStation Nation, which is the PlayStation 4, and now that undefeated king, the PlayStation 5. What is good, everybody, man? I am excited. There's somebody in this chat right now that thought they thought in their brain that we will get Final Fantasy VII Remake news and I not do a separate stream about that. There's somebody in here that thought that. It was like, yo, Jay Barry not going to do a stream about this, man. You know, you know what I mean? If that person confesses in the chat, OBS acting crazy. OBS is acting crazy, guys. Am I back up? Let me know if I'm back up. It just said OBS disconnected. So I just stopped the stream and came back up. You know how OBS can be sometimes. It is very crazy out here in these OBS streets. I don't know, man. Ever since that latest update we had for OBS, it just been wonky. A lot of cool features came to it. You know what I mean? I could stream now in higher fidelity, but I just keep it in 1080 60. Because yo, it just been acting up. I don't know what the hell. You know what I mean? I even dropped my bitrate to 8500. You know what I mean? Normally I have it at 95 or 9000. But I dropped it. But for some strange reason it just disconnected me for no reason, you know. But anyways, we are back. We're back, right? Everything good? Everything all right? Everybody have their water. Everybody eat their butter and cheese, their bread and water, their bread and butter. Everybody good? Everybody all right? You had your crackers and tea, huh? Everybody had their fish and chips. Okay, let's get it on. Let's get this thing rolling. I won't be too long here because I will be on like Mooch's podcast Crossfire this tonight, where we're gonna be talking about a whole bunch of things. But I really wanted to get my thoughts out on Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade news. You know what I mean? You got your vodka and Coke. All right, you good. Everybody good. You know, everybody's good. It's Friday night. The mood is right. We're going to have some fun. Show it how it's done. TGIF. Woo! Y'all don't remember that. Y'all a little too young for that. Y'all remember TGIF. Y'all don't remember that, man, but it's all good though. It's all good though. What is good, man? Your wavy, what up, man? Quavo, what up, guys? What is up, everybody, man? Appreciate everybody coming through. We're gonna talk about some Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. We got some huge updates yesterday. Speaking about the news, speaking about Final Fantasy, like this is something that I've been waiting for a very long time. I've been knowing about this upgrade. Didn't know about the name or nothing, but I knew a PS5 upgrade was coming for months upon months upon months, right? Didn't expect we was gonna get an announcement like yesterday about it, but people have been telling me about this for like months now. You know what I mean? I've seen the rumors, I've seen everything about it. Like not everything about it, but I've known about there's gonna be a PS5 version coming, right? And when it got shown yesterday, like I damn well kind of lost it because I was just like, yes, this is what we've been asking for. Like they didn't just do, oh, here's a res upgrade and here's some, you know, more frames. You know what I mean? Here's 60 frames. They didn't just do that. We didn't get the bare minimum, man. We got like a full upgrade, you know what I mean? Photo mode. They fixed some of the effects that's in the environment, like, you know, especially when you go into the train graveyard, they added like fog effects around now. Now you see in the first bombing mission, it's a little bit more gloomier because they're building the atmosphere up a little bit with the whole effects of the fog and the lighting. Big upgrade with the lighting, the textures. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they really listening. Like, they understood like the things that we was like talking about with the original game, and they just spruced everything up with the PS5 version. Yo, Big Mike, what's up, man? ZX the D, what's up, man? Ice Queen Gaming, what is up, guys? Yo, Pitch Black, what's up? Issa, what is up? Rafe the Emperor, what is up? Oh, Rafe, you went back to your name, Rafe the Emperor. Yo, Mr. Fireman, Fireman, what's good, man? Yo, Teal, what is up? What is up? Yo, Mook, what up? Mook said, please touch on the PlayStation Plus version. Not upgradable. Then why even do that? The PlayStation 4, the PlayStation, we're gonna talk about it as well. So the PlayStation Plus version doesn't include the free upgrade to the PS5 version. You know what I mean? Basically, what they're doing with that is that you didn't buy the game; you are renting the game, right? It would be unjust for somebody that, you know, subscribes to PlayStation Plus to get the free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know what I mean? While the person that did buy the game as well, you know, got the upgrade as well. I know a lot of people will complain about that. It's like, what? I bought the game, and you're giving, you know, somebody that is renting the game the free upgrade? Don't make no sense. You know, Square was like, yo, if you already bought, I felt like Square already did a good thing by you buying the game and you getting a free upgrade to PS5 if you get a PS5. You know what I mean? PlayStation, they did a good thing by offering, you know, if you guys didn't get the time to play the game, you now have a reason to play the game. You have it on PlayStation Plus. You know what I mean? I don't think that anybody should be complaining or upset that, oh, I didn't buy the game, I subscribed to PS Plus, it came in here in a random month, but I should get the PS5 version. Come on, guys, we got to use our head and think a little bit. You know what I mean? You didn't buy the game. you know what I'm saying? It's a different story when it comes to like when it comes to Remedy and what you call it, Remedy and Control. You know, Control. If you Control the Ultimate Edition, that was like the PS5 and the PS4 version they're giving away, right? If you bought the original Control game, you wasn't getting the Ultimate Edition for free. You had to buy that to get the next gen upgrade. PlayStation and whatever Remedy, they cut a deal when they said, yo, we want everybody on the Ultimate Edition. It might not be the same deal with Square and PlayStation. At the end of the day, you didn't buy the game. You know, there's many people that bought the game. And look, when they offered that, when they offered Control for PlayStation Plus, a lot of people got upset. A lot of people got upset with that, man. You know what I mean? Yo, Immortal Black, what's up, man? Yo, appreciate you let people rock on your live stream yesterday. Hilarious. You know what I mean? I didn't know that dude. I forgot his name. I think it's like Just a Guy. You know, he said he'd been watching everybody. But, you know, I felt like he had a little intention there. They're not selling the upgrade. If you bought the game already, you get the upgrade free. Aaron. Yo, Big Mike said, yo, fuck Square right now, screwing over PlayStation Plus with DLC exclusive. This is like Control all over again. I don't think it's screwing over people. PlayStation 4. I think that they're moving away from the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? As far as when it comes to the next iteration. So this DLC, the Yuffie DLC we're gonna be talking about, is like a bridge between, you know, the remake, you know, and the next version of the game. I personally, I feel like the next version of the game, part 2, is not going to be on PS4. You know what I mean? That's like saying, well, it's different. It's DLC, but at the end of the day, they moving on from it. You know what I mean? I get people's anger when it comes to that, especially a lot of people that can't get a PS5. But it's a decision they made. I guess they're just moving away from the PS4. You know? And I'm not mad at it. I got a PS5, so I'm Gucci. You know what I mean? If you guys ain't got a PS5 yet, hurry it up. get on it. But like I said, guys, we're going to talk about Integrate, man. First, we're going to break down Integrate as far as what it is, right? Because even yesterday in the stream, I was a little bit confused. Like, yo, are we getting this free? Are we getting that free? Is it not free? Who's it free? Who free? Everybody free? We all scream for ice cream? You know what I mean? I don't know. So, but, you know, after research, after sitting down, after relaxing, after watching all the trailers 16 times, you know, we cleared our minds, and, you know, we're going to talk about it. Yeah, the PlayStation Plus is just the PlayStation 4 version of the game. You know what I mean? The PlayStation 4 version of the game. Yo, Chris, what's good, man? Yo, Chris, if you want to join up, man, let me know. Yo, Persona, man, appreciate the donation, man. Your Persona say, yo, it's payday, I'm sharing the wealth. You know the vibes. Shout out to my man, Persona, man. So, yo, Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate arrives on PS5 June 10th. You see, a lot of people got to understand that the Yuffie DLC is a part of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. It's a part of the PS5 version. It is not a part of the PS4 version. So a lot of people's upset at that, but hey, they moving on from that. You know what I mean? You say you my homie, but it's DLC on the PS4. They didn't what you want me to do? They didn't develop the game for the. They didn't develop the PS the DLC for the PS4. They, like I said, I'm not questioning their decision because I have a PS5. Yes, it seems selfish. Yes, it seems like it is insensitive. But I'm just looking at it from, they are moving on from the PS4. Obviously, yes, they can easily put a DLC on the PS5. But they are moving on from developing Final Fantasy on the PS4. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? The DLC is a part of the Integrate, part of Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Integrate is the PS5 version. The DLC is a part of the PS5 version. If you don't have the PS5 version, if you don't have the PS5, you will not be paying the Yuffie DLC. That is a part of the PS5 version. I don't know what else to you know, say. Yo, Just the Guy, man, what is up, man? Shout out to my man Just the Guy. This Just the Guy was on the stream yesterday. Yo, Roxas, what's up, man? Say, AOJ Bari, what difficulty should I play Final Fantasy at? I beat Sekiro, Dark Souls. Also, can I join? Nah, this stream right here is just gonna be talking about the remake news. This is not about anything else. I'm just talking about the remake news. I'm going to have Chris on, but that's pretty much it, though. Not too many people are gonna be on here like that. Real talk. Yo, Titanfall Princess, what up? I had tears. Yeah, yo, Titanfall, I was crying. El Matador! What is good at Matador, man? Final Fantasy ain't coming to Xbox after the year exclusive, though. I think the Xbox version is going to get announced. I think it's going to get announced very soon. Well, the Xbox or PC version. You know what I mean? Probably going to get announced closer to the date. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll be there, Chris. Just hold on 1 second. So yeah, this version of the game, the PS5 version, visual optimizations, photo mode, new episode. See, a lot of people's not understanding that the PS4 doesn't include the episode. It's part of the PS5. You know what I mean? New episode featuring Yuffie, highlighting, exciting, enhanced, and expanded version of the game. So this. The Integrate is pretty much the PS5 version. You can choose between if you want 4K quality graphics or you want performance mode to prioritize for, you know, the smooth 60 FPS and all that. Here's the casing for the PS5 version as well. Yuffie looking good as hell. I like how they differentiated this right here, because this normally was green all the way in the original game. But you know, that's a little difference here and there what they have. Yo, Games Attorney, what's up? What is up? Yeah, as far as the difficulty on Final Fantasy, just playing on the normal difficulty. They only have 2 difficulties, easy and normal. But you get hard mode unlocked after you beat the game. And then you have my man Cloud. You know, I just gonna see the game just look cleaner. That's texture wise out. The environments look cleaner. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be the PS5 version of the game. Yo, Mega, what's good, man? Shout out to my man Mega. I ain't seen you in a minute, bro. You know what I mean? This is the PS5 version of the game. Like I said, if you don't have a PS5, right? That's like getting upset that you're not going to get the 4K graphics, the 60 frames per second mode of the PS4 version. Like, you know, they taking full advantage of the PS5, and that comes with the Yuffie episode. Like I said, I can understand a lot of people's anger between that, because it's hard to get a PS5, right? It's not common for you just to walk into the store and get a PS5. So I can understand that, but at the end of the day, it's Square deciding that they want to move on from the PS4 and go on the PS5. That's what I'm assuming, by the way. That's what I'm assuming. Because if you locking it only to the PS5, this is supposed to be like a story between, the remake, and the next iteration. As we're gonna go through all of the stuff that Audrey has translated for us, we're gonna go through everything like that. It's as clear as day that they're moving on from the PS4 version. You know what I mean? And rightfully so. Like, I love the game. I think the game looks amazing, but we all know we've seen them textures on the PS4. You know what I mean? So I'm hella excited to move on. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, PlayStation 4 people, I love y'all. But when that PS5 hits your notification saying, yo, it's available, I need you to skedaddle, run over there and go get that game, get the PS5. You know what I mean? Run over there and get that PS5. Stop sitting on your hands. You know what I mean? Y'all already know the deal when a new console come out, and if you want it, you gotta get with it. You know what I mean? You gotta get with it. But let me go to some of the Audrey stuff here, just to give you guys an explanation. I'm gonna get Chris in here soon. So yeah, here is a quote from Tetsuya Nomura. He's not going to be the game director anymore. I think he's still working with the game, but he's not going to be the game director. So he said, Nomura said, for Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, the word integrate has a meaning of a middle, which serves as the midway point between Final Fantasy VII Remake and the next installment. It also means to move, which is a nod to moving to the new PlayStation 5 system, to the next installment. And that's exactly what I was just saying just 2 minutes ago. They are moving on. You know what I mean? You guys should be moving on as well. Get that PS5. Yo, so yeah, once again, this is Nomura breaking it down for you guys that missed it. If you guys are Final Fantasy VII fans, or the Final Fantasy fans in general, and you're not following this girl right here, Audrey, shame on you, okay? But yo, Just the Guy, appreciate the donation once again. He said, okay, cool, by the way, I wasn't capping, I misspoke. I get like 15 to 20 kills on regular infractions. I had to clear that up. Yeah, you definitely had to clear that up. Because you saying you got like 25 in infractions, and that's why I asked you if you was playing interrogation. You know what I mean? Because interrogation is not more so about the to win that mode is not more about the kills. It's more about you getting the safety lock open on the other side. You know what I mean? So you can rack up kills in that mode. But yeah. So once again, for Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, the word integrate has the meaning of being a middle, which serves as a midway point between Final Fantasy VII Remake, the PlayStation 4 version, and the next installment, which is probably going to be on PlayStation 5. And it also means to move, which is a nod to moving to a new PlayStation 5 system, to the next installment. And this is from Nomura here. If you guys don't know Tetsuya Nomura, I don't even know what to tell you at this point. But yo, let me get my man Chris in here, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, when I saw this news, man, I legit like lost it, man. I legit lost it. I legit lost it, man. Yo, Chris, can you hear me?
What's up? You hear me?
Yep. Turn you on. So yeah, you know the vibes already, Chris. You know, Final Fantasy
We
7
know the
remake
vibes.
news. This is news number 17. You know what I mean? It's been doing this for like damn well almost 2 years. And we getting more Final Fantasy 7 remake news, man, with Integrate.
Yeah.
Uh
I mean, that's when I really like I knew about you for years, but when I really started like heavily watching is when you started doing like the FF7 coverage. I was like, oh, there's another hardcore Final Fantasy 7 fan like myself. You know what I mean?
yes,
So that's
sir.
yeah. So
So how you felt about the announcement yesterday, man? Like this is something like I've been telling people, like it's something that we kind of knew was coming, but we just don't know when it was going to get announced. And just using state of play, it shocked me because I didn't know they were going to announce it this early, like in February. You know, I was thinking probably something like later within the year. But geez, Louise, yo, everything that they announced is what I wanted them to add in the game. It's like, yo, Square is like listening, yo.
yes.
It's like, yo, we hear you guys on what you want from the PS4 version, but we can't do that here. We're a little limited on PS4, but we gonna do it on that PS5. And they did everything that everybody wanted on this mug, man. Well, what's your thoughts on it, man?
First of all, that shit looks amazing. Like the Yuffie DLC, which I'm gonna get into more of that, but all of the upgrades, they're fixing all the textures that everybody was complaining about and stuff like that. And this game already looked fucking like amazing, aside from its areas in certain locations and certain skyboxes or whatnot. So this shit is gonna look so beautiful, especially at 60 frames. Like the quality of life, like the material loadout. That's what people were asking for. Like a lot of things that people were talking about as far as what they'll like to see to improve in the remake. There's somewhat addressing a lot of those issues with the intergrade. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like a very good sign that remake part 2 or whatever, they're gonna fix some of it, like aerial combat. Aerial combat looks a lot better with Yuffie. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Also integration with like the team, where I was kind of like I found out that the new character that's gonna be with Yuffie, I forget, I don't remember his name, but
Son.
so non. He's not a playable character. He's just a support character. So he's gonna be similar to like what Red 13 is,
Yeah, that's
right?
why we
Which
seen
may,
all those team attacks. We saw all those team attacks and stuff with him.
right. But it's still an indication though. You know what I mean? It's still an indication, but yeah, which makes sense because he's not gonna be in
Yo,
seven
hold
part
on.
two,
You know
right?
what? I think he is gonna be playable, bro. Cause
They said he wasn't.
if you look at the trailer, it shows like a different thing. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the trailer here for a second.
Yeah, it shows a
Like it showed
different
like
like life bar,
an attack,
right?
like they was being controlled. Like it was showing like retrieve an air on Yuffie. It was showing like throw as the like the command, like the triangle
Yeah,
command.
Because you press throw and he comes and throws you, right? Like spins you around and throws you and stuff like that. So he has like they say you still can control his abilities through ATB, but you're not actually like
Ah, I
controlling
got you. I
him.
got you. I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause you don't
yeah.
really see the
So
switch here. You just see the L2, like the
yeah,
command,
so
the command
pretty much
menu.
think of it like summons, right? You know what I mean? The summons, they do their own thing, but you still can control like their commands and stuff through ATBs and actions of what they do.
Yeah, I see. I'm watching
So
it now. I see it.
yeah, but yo, um yeah, no, I'm happy if you have and bought the game, if you purchased the video game and you own it, the upgrade, the PS5 upgrade is free, right? The DLC is sold separately, but the PS5 upgrade is free. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So if
Yeah,
you have
that's what it's
if
right
you get the
here.
PlayStation, yeah, if you get the PlayStation Plus version, which they're giving it to you for free, then that's all you get. You're not gonna get the PS5 version for free because you didn't pay for the game, which makes sense and it's
Yo,
fair.
so here's the clear up, because we was having a little confusion as well yesterday. So here's just to clear everything up and what is actually going on. Like Chris said, those who own the physical or digital PS4 version of Final Fantasy 7 Remake and want to experience the PlayStation 5 enhancements can upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version at no extra cost. And carry over their save data from the PlayStation 4 version. PlayStation 4 players who upgrade will still need to purchase the new episode featuring Yuffie separately. Update. Hold up. Update. They saying an update here. Oh yeah, update. Please note the PlayStation 4 version of Final Fantasy VII Remake available for PlayStation Plus members is not eligible for a PlayStation 5 digital version upgrade. Which I personally, I see a lot of people complaining and arguing about this. I'm like, what complaint are you getting? If you bought the game, you're getting a free upgrade. PlayStation Plus doesn't mean that you bought the game. You're renting the game through like a subscription. You didn't buy the game, so why are you expecting a free PlayStation 5 upgrade? If PlayStation and Square set up a deal where they have the, PlayStation Plus, the integrated version is going to be that's them, you know what I mean? Because we've seen them do that for Control, but they're not going to do that every month. You know what I mean? They're not doing that every month. Like I see no issues with this. You know what I mean? You're already getting a great version of the game. It's not like the PS4 version is not great already. You know what I mean? It's a great version of the game, and you're getting it through Plus. So if you didn't buy the game, well, shame on you if you didn't buy the game from last year. You're getting it through Plus for free if you subscribe. If you want to buy the game, you like the game, you want to get it on PS5, you have a PS5, yeah, you're going to fork over that $70. But whilst forking over that $70, you get the Yuffie episode and all that with that. You know what I mean? But for those people that already purchased a game, you're getting a free upgrade, right? You're getting all the visual enhancements and everything. You're just buying the Yuffie episode separately, which is probably going to be like $10 or $20. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's going to be like $20.
I don't get people's anger. I saw a whole bunch of people was talking about this, like, yo, this Square is being greedy. They're trying to penny. I'm like, what? How they give you a free upgrade?
That's what I'm saying. You know what it is these quote unquote gamers nowadays feel entitled with everything. Everything is an entitlement to them and stuff like that, bro. It's like they're giving you the game for free through PlayStation Plus. And say, here, you can play the entire game. You have literally, it's the entire game of last year, right? Chapter 1 through 18. You have everything there, right? And then those who bought and owned the game get the upgrade for the PlayStation 5 for free. And that's fair, right? Because imagine us, we bought the game, right? And then all of a sudden, these people who didn't buy the game, now they get the game for free and they get the PS5 version for free. It's like, no, you gotta favor more towards the people who bought your game. Like the people who bought your game get the bonus of not having to, purchase the game again and getting the free upgrade. All they gotta do is purchase the DLC. So it's like, yo, these people just feel so like nothing is good enough. It's like, yo, they want the free game, they want the free update, they want the DLC for free, and they don't want to pay for shit. And if Square doesn't do it, oh, that's anti-consumer and that's messed up. Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
Yeah, this Yuffie mission is her teaming up with like a different faction of Avalanche to like try to go into Shinra. They're trying to infiltrate Shinra to steal, material. Cause that's what Yuffie was all about. In the original game before you meet her, she's all about materia. She steals your materia and all that. Yo, Mega Man, appreciate the donation. Y'all think we're gonna get any new materia in the DLC? Absolutely, absolutely. It's Yuffie. She's trying to steal the best material. You're gonna have some new shit in there. Trust me.
Yeah, she's going there because she's she's a ninja spy from Wu-Tai. You know what I mean? So she's going to Midgard to steal materials and stuff like that. And she meets up with Avalanche. And then, during the course of what's happening with Cloud and friends, like she's in the background working with another group of Avalanche. So like I like that they did that the DLC they decided to add doesn't add or take away to Final Fantasy VII, like it's the standalone story of Remake Part 1.
Yeah.
Right? It's like its own separate thing, but it's going to lead into Part 2. This is like a kind of like a small little character arc for how Yuffie is because they're gonna do big things with Yuffie. They're gonna set her up really crazy, especially with the Wu-Tai Wars and all that stuff, right? And then her being somewhat tied to Avalanche, and then Barrett being his own sector of Avalanche and stuff like that. So I'm very excited.
You know what this is too, because even before the game came out, like a year before the game came out, and all the interviews that they had with Nomura and Katase and everybody, they were always talking about an original game. There were story elements they wanted to add, but they couldn't do it because of like you know, hardware limitations with a PlayStation 5, fitting everything on the disc. I mean, PlayStation 1, and fitting everything on a disc and stuff. So there's story elements that got left out. I feel like stuff like DLC Yuffie was probably a concept already in their minds, but they just couldn't put it in an original game. But now you kind of getting a more streamlined story as far as the whole before the meetup with Yuffie. You know, before this weird, you know, super young ninja girl comes to meet you, and you have this conversation with her. You know, she asks you a whole bunch of questions. You got to respond a certain way for her to come in the party. They setting that up, you know what I mean, just to make it seem more realistic or more, you know
what's
viable,
crazy?
Rationally.
In the base game of Remake, I thought that Yuffie was going to show up and stuff like that, because originally I thought the angel of the angel of the slums.
Yeah.
Remember that quest? And they were talking about, there's you know, a thief that comes around and steals and stuff like that. So I thought, oh shit, it was like, yo, we're gonna see like a small snippet of Yuffie or whatever, like she's gonna run into them and then run away or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing it through a DLC, which I think is dope. Which I think is very dope.
I think Yuffie even sees the original party here, because you know they was like, oh, those are the people that bomb, but you know they never really like just collide. That's all it is. But she know.
Yeah, because they're pretty much saying, those are the crazy fucking people that think they're Avalanche. You know what I mean? Because they don't
extremists. They paint them as extremists.
Yeah. Avalanche, They don't like Barrett's Avalanche. You know what I mean? Because they think they're too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So because they're blowing up the reactors and all that shit. So yeah, man, I'm super excited. And then I wonder who the actual who's the final boss or protagonist is gonna be in this, because they didn't really show it. They Weiss or Vice, however you pronounce it, because I know his name is German, so some people say Vice or Weiss or whatever. He's just gonna be a battle simulator boss, right? So sort of like what like Bahamut was, right? Or like some of the summons were battle simulators, boss and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Because the and one of the translations interview, right, from Audrey, that's what Nomura said. He talks about, he was talking about, we want a Weiss or whatever. To be one of the battle simulators boss, to pretty much pay homage to like the compilations or whatever. But he said that there's another boss that's in the game, but he's not going to tell people who it is yet. So I wonder what's going to be like the other main boss or whatever that you fight in the game. Like, and we already seen in the trailer. There's definitely a lot of deep ground, because remember in the trailer you see those soldiers. Yeah, they're not wearing they're wearing like the black suits or whatever. They look like the ones from like Dirge of Cerberus or whatever.
Look at the weird soldiers. The funny thing when I saw the trailer, my first reaction, and when I saw Weiss, like it didn't correlate with me, but I was like, the first thing I said was like no. And I'm watching my reaction back again, and I'm like, why am I saying no here in the trailer? And then I'm looking at this dude. I'm like, where is this guy from, yo? I'm thinking like, yo, Remnant or Sephiroth. I'm like, yo.
I didn't know.
But yeah, when
I didn't know either.
I saw the Dirge of Cerberus, and yo, it hit me. And then when you tagged me again, I was like, yes, I remember this dude. This dude was annoying, yo. He was like the little Hojo dude. He was he like an experiment with Hojo?
Yeah, Hojo.
He's like Hojo Sephiroth or something like that.
Oh, he first appeared. So Weiss first appeared in Crisis Core for like literally like 5 seconds, and it was after you beat Genesis, and then Genesis is like laying there like on the beach or whatever, and then the Shinra helicopter comes, and these two dudes come down, and they pick up Genesis and they take him on a helicopter. Those two dudes are Nero and Weiss, and they're actually were genetically spliced from Genesis. So and stuff like that. And then Dirge of Cerberus, him and his brother Nero, I think, I don't remember, but I think Nero dies. And then does he absorb him and then becomes Omega Wise or something like that? I forgot.
Because Nero's the one that like captured like Vincent. No, he captured Yuffie. I remember Yuffie and Vincent, like it was infiltrated deep ground, and Nero came and like captured like some dark shit. I remember that. And Vincent, you know how Dirge of Service is. Oh, all right, gotta save Yuffie. I think you do defeat Nero, and Weiss is definitely this is the boss dude. Because I'm like, yo, I'm thinking like, yo, where's this dude from, yo? Like, oh yeah, Dirge of Service. And I haven't played Dirge of Service in years. Like, I've literally played that game like one time and like probably like a quarter. You know, like, you know, I started a new game and then I was like, I'm done. Cause honestly, the Dirge of Service, the lore is cool, but the game wasn't that good. You know, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna cap for Dirge of Service. Yeah. It wasn't a good game like that.
But hey, you get to play it in Ever Crisis. The whole game.
They're gonna change it up. So yeah, so a lot of stuff got announced here. Nomura was asked. Minoru asked the team to add Weiss as a secret boss ever since Final Fantasy VII Remake PS4 version. Here's what he has to say in Famitsu interview on why they introduced Weiss to the story and who else is possible in the compilation might be in the Yuffie DLC. So they had like a whole little interview here with Famitsu. It seems you like Battle Weiss in the DLC. Why did you choose the character? Since the strongest character, Sephiroth, is already in the game, we wanted to have another formidable boss aside from Sephiroth. So we chose Weiss. I personally am curious as to how a battle would pay out for the first time with Cloud versus Weiss. In fact, even asked the team to add Weiss as a secret boss secret boss ever since the PS4 version. That would have been cool because you don't really, it's Vincent that fought Weiss. But yeah, they can tie in a lot of stuff because Dirge is like a legit sequel to Final Fantasy VII, but more, you know, it's
to avid children.
To avid children as well. Yeah,
Dirge is a sequel to avid children.
Because that was avid children is 2 years. I think Dirge is 3 years after the events of 7. Or I could be 2.5. I'm not. I don't remember.
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think Dirge of Service is like a year after Advent Children. So if I remember right, or is it either a year or 2 years? So.
Oh yeah, so they're saying there's a boss. Yeah, as you're correct here. There will be a new boss character in the DLC, but that character is going to be different than Weiss, such as another character from the compilation, perhaps. The new boss character in the Yuffie DLC is different from, than Weiss. As for who else will appear aside from Weiss, well, please wait for more info to find it out. Yeah, like stuff like this, I don't want to find out info on this. I like to just figure this out myself. Right. You know what I mean? I know they're probably going to show a trailer of it one time, but you know, like
so who do you think the other one could be? You think it could be Nero?
I don't even think they will go down. It would be smart because you added Weiss, but I think that would be too like common. Like, oh, it's not Weiss, so it might be, you know, the second, you know, strong character Nero. I think it's gonna be more inclined with like
Deep Ground.
Not even Deep Ground, because they are part of Deep Ground. Those two.
Yeah, I know Weiss is he's the leader.
I would say I would go off the hinge, right? Like somebody from Wu-Tai that's following Yuffie and don't like her ways of her being a thief and is dishonorable. I don't know. Maybe somebody new. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Like, I don't know.
Oh wait, but did they say the other boss is from the compilation, or were they talking about Weiss being from the compilation?
No, I think they're saying that such as another character from the compilation, perhaps.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So it can't be a new character. That's what I'm saying. Who do you think? It's somebody that we know.
Oh no, that person. That person is just asking the question as far as is it somebody from the compilation? But he's saying that just please wait and you find out more information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I was thinking. I was like, well, who else can it be from the compilation? But yeah, we'll see. It'll probably be a new character or whatever.
Or it will probably be Sunon. You know, like maybe Sunon is not who we think he is, because they did meet up there for this mission.
Yeah,
they're not related. You know, and maybe
it could be Rufus again, because remember Rufus is connected with Avalanche because he pays some of the sectors off to like, you know, to like kill his dad and shit like that. Like Rufus is connected with Avalanche like from like before Crisis or whatever. Mm-hmm. Like because he's been paying some of them to like, you know, because he paid them before to assassinate, you know, his dad before and stuff like that. So yeah, some of the Avalanche sectors are actually like planted from Rufus himself.
Oh, you have Dirge? Yo, Dirge, like I said, like it was cool on PS2. Like playing that, I remember playing that game, and I was just like, okay, I'm playing a Vincent, Vincent fanboy, edgelord, let's get it. But overall, like it's not the greatest of games. It has some cool story points in there though. But that's the
It
game.
has good lore.
Yeah, the gameplay itself was
the
bad.
world building of FF7, but yeah, everything else was bad.
The gameplay kind of that's why the whole battle royale thing is just like Square, yo. Let's calm down, man. You know what I mean? The Ever Crisis,
yeah,
that's cool. I ain't even gonna knock you because I whatever it is, I will subscribe to that joint. People getting it twisted on what they think Ever Crisis is. By the way, for those that don't know, Ever Crisis is a mobile version of Final Fantasy VII, right? So it's gonna have all the compilation, all the story within Final Fantasy VII lore within this RPG mobile game. So what they're doing is that how they're going to roll this out in 2022 is that they're going to start with the original, where it's going to be chapter based. You're not getting a full game. You're getting like in chunks. You're getting in like chapter based. So you might have it might take a year before you get to the whole through Final Fantasy VII. But it's chapter based or however they want to do it. And then after they've done a chapter or after they've done a certain portion of the story, the compilation they'll start distributing the next part. So it's gonna be Final Fantasy VII. It's gonna be I think they said they're gonna have Before Crisis stuff in there. There's gonna be Crisis Core stuff in there. There's going Advent Children. They redoing Advent Children to make it as like a RPG
in a video game form.
Yeah, in a video
That's
game
crazy.
Form.
Yeah. The best way I can describe this, as far as like how this is gonna be like the entire these entire games or whatever, is think of Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. That was literally a mobile game of Final Fantasy 15, but it was the entire game. It was the whole game.
Yep.
So
yeah, Nomura said that he's going to be doing his own implementation as well that contains like a young Sephiroth chapter. I'm pretty sure you're probably going to see that for the PS5 game as well. There's no way that's going to let this on mobile right here.
Yeah, and see, here's the thing: is like, yo, if I was Square, right, I would definitely want to milk this remake, but not as far as like making like 5 remakes, right? No.
Mm-hmm.
They can keep it with 1 to 3 games, right? Or 3 games, my bad, and maybe go a 4th. But if they want to milk it, yo, just in between, have these little things like a Miles Morales or Lost Legacy, where it's like it goes, some like these like standalone games that are not as big as the main games, but still a good chunk.
Mm-hmm.
For like Zack or for like Sephiroth and Wu-Tai War, like they can fucking milk this shit like that. That shit would be dope.
They can do that for every character, in my opinion. Like I've been saying this for years with people. Why people always come at me saying, "Oh, you like Final Fantasy VII because it's probably your first RPG." No, it's not, by the way, and it's not my first Final Fantasy RPG. But I love Final Fantasy VII because of the characters, not just because Cloud Strife. Yes, Cloud Strife is my favorite character. But the overall cast in 7, I feel like can have their own game. You know what I mean? So if you're doing like chapter chunks as far as, you want to do like side stuff outside the mainline story, like, oh, here's something that they did outside of what's going on. That's cool with me. Like this Mission Yuffie stuff, I think this is genius. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think this stuff is genius, including that. Maybe you might get a red chapter as far as what how he got caught in for Shinra in the Hojo experiments. You never know. You might get stuff like that. These are things that we never got from the original. So I think that stuff is cool. Like this Yuffie stuff is not in the original game. This is a brand new story that they're incorporating just to streamline Yuffie, more. Which she's already a great character that people love. I like I said, it's Tifa, Yuffie, Aerith. Always been that for me, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yuffie got probably one of the best limit breaks, Limit Break 4. So the end of the game, Yuffie goes on the squad. I always love Yuffie. I know Japan love Yuffie as well. I know they probably losing their shit.
Yo, Wu-Tai's gonna look crazy in the remake, bro. They're gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
bunch of Naruto ninjas and stuff running.
Yo, they played like a they played like a little segment of the music of Wu Tai in there, like towards the end, which was cool.
Oh, for real? Oh, I didn't even think for real. I don't even think I catched it.
Yeah,
I don't
when
even think I caught that.
you gonna hear it a little bit at the end, like at the end of this trailer right here, when Yuffie and Sonon was talking, you hear like the little like a Wu Tai kind of theme, so like a new version of it. But yo, this looks great, man. 60 frames per second. You know what I mean? 4K. You can play it in 4K. Lighting looks. Look at the church alone. That's with Reno, bruh. The church alone with Reno. You know, this is the slowdown part, man. Yo, back here was all crusty. You know what I mean? And like I said, I love this game. Sector 5, it looked all right, but you can just tell, like outside of Sector 5, like, oh man, I don't want to look in the distance. It looks crummy, but they cleaned this thing up, man. Lighting looks amazing. You think I ain't gonna play this for a fourth time? You think I'm gonna start all the way over on PlayStation 5, bro?
Yeah,
Look at
I
the
hope they come
detail
with some new
Sephiroth.
trophies. I hope they come with like some new
Oh,
trophies or some
Yuffie,
shit like
Yuffie
that.
should probably get like some new trophies, or they probably
Yeah,
do that whole trophy transfer thing. Look at you can just see the detail. Yo, no pause, right? But look at the detail, my boy Sephiroth, man. Jeez, yo, son. This junk look crazy, bro. Yo, I almost lost it, yo, yesterday, Chris. Man, I was like, what? Yo,
nah,
right,
me too, man. I was in the chat. Trust me, I was watching. I was in your stream when everything was going down.
yo, right
Yo,
here.
go look back at your stream and look at the live chat. You see me going crazy. Like what?
Yeah, it was
Like
wild. Yo, right here, like I was going crazy, right? But I held it because I was like, hold on, is that who I think it is? They're not
knew
gonna.
right away.
They're not gonna make
I
it.
knew right away.
But the reason why I
Yeah.
fell back is like they're not gonna make her playable. So I was like, let me hold this. And then when they showed her, like when they got to this part, not this part right here. When it got to this part, this when I was just like, all right, they doing a Yuffie episode. I was like, yo, it's over.
Yeah.
There's no way they're gonna show all of this here and they're not doing this Yuffie.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
yo,
I'm lying. Initially, for like 1 second, initially, I thought it was like, is that Kyrie?
oh yeah,
But then I
Kyrie,
was
right?
like,
The little
no,
thief little
no,
girl.
that's Yuffie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, is that Kyrie? But I was like, oh no, hold on, Yuffie, what the fuck? Yeah, like it's crazy.
Man, it looks good, yo. Yo, Ishi, man, what's up? Who has the best lisp? Bari or Crisp? Or Crisp? I said Crisp.
Bari, definitely Bari. He's the best list, man. I can't compete with that.
You know what I mean?
Secondary.
Yo, Macho, what's up, man? Shout out to my man Macho. Yo, Lionel, man, appreciate the donation. He said Joker is still stronger. You all crazy. Yo, this is what you was talking about here because this is after Cloud, so we're getting to see this story point of view as well. So this is after when
Yeah.
Cloud gets into meet up with Yuffie, but now we're seeing a point of view from like Tifa and Barret and stuff, which we never really saw in the original game. So we're getting new stuff. I don't like the thing is I see a whole bunch of people that's being fake mad about it. It's more so people that never played the game is always the one that's so critical. Like, yo, you didn't play the game, yo. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of story elements that they add in the game. That's why the game is like 30 hours. You know what I mean? If you're doing everything, you're getting like a good 50, 55 hours out the game. You know what I mean? So they're adding other story elements to the game or different point of views that we never saw from the original. And you're talking to two of like the purest fans of the original game. You know what I mean? And we'll let you know, like, yo, the remake, they did good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get this shit, bro.
Yeah, nah, they did freaking. And you know what's crazy? The whole thing with Yuffie. You know how people was like, well, how like everything that we earned in the remake, as far as like the materials or weapons and all that stuff, right? Like, oh, is that gonna carry over to the next game? Is gonna blah blah blah. But you know what? Since we know that Yuffie infiltrated Midgar, while Cloud and Cloud and company was in during the whole Midgar events, right? And now she knows because she sees the people who they're talking about that blew up the reactors or whatever. Yo, I'm thinking like after they leave Midgar and they go to Calm, probably follow them, and then why Cloud is explaining the flashback or why you doing the flashback with Sephiroth or whatever. Yuffie steals all the materials and shit like that, and you start back from zero.
I could definitely see something like that. Or she probably steal that shit before all them. She's waiting to rob them. Yo, Glorious War, what's up, man? But this right here is setting this up because, like I said, this is a new scene right here, and also it's showing Tifa and Barry in Avalanche perspective here, but it's also showing that Yuffie and her crew is looking at them right here. This is them in the same sector looking at them right here.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, should we approach him here? And Sona was like, no, let's leave him alone. Let's leave him alone. But this is them in Sector 7 right here. Barrett and them is over here somewhere to the left. And they're looking at them right there. And he does have a pole arm right here. Like I feel like we don't know. This is a new character. So I feel like they can add a lot of twists to this guy right here. As far as like, he's very mysterious as far as his background and whatnot. And it looks like Yuffie doesn't really know him, but don't really know him. Does that make any sense? So we don't know.
But it's like she got there and she linked up with a sector of Avalanche because she's Wutai, and some sectors of Avalanche have ties and connections with Wutais and stuff like that. So as far as like getting them weapons and whatever. So
yo, Roxas, she does look great, man. Like they did a wonderful job here. There's only one thing they really changed from her. Is that's a little sash thing is yellow. Oh, look at this combat, bro.
And ever since Shinra and Wutai have been in like ceasefire, right? After like the war or whatever, where Shinra pretty much won. You know what I mean? It's been some little secret, like this is what this is doing. It's expanding, like some like secret war type of shit. You know what I mean? Some like espionage and whatnot, whatever. Like, but Yuffie is doing it for materia and also espionage as well too. But she mainly wants the materia.
Yeah, you want that.
And that was crazy how she was doing her little materia tricks when she was moving the materia through her hands and it was changing the different colors and shit like that.
This is cool though as well. Like this guy's not playable from what we're seeing and saying, but you can still equip him with materia though.
Yeah, he's a support character. Yeah. And that's how I think K6 is gonna play like too.
Oh, K6, I don't care. He's a vital part of the story, but I don't care about that character. But
yeah, he can be a support character.
Yeah, he can be a support character. Yo, Mega Man, appreciate the donation. He said, you think we'll see new summons in the VR simulator? I probably say you probably see the one or two. I'm not gonna say you're gonna see the new summons because you do get a lot of summons though in the original game. And for this be a DLC, they already have Leviathan, in there. What will Yuffie bring over as far as a summon? I don't know. Let's look at her. I'm not going to show it here though.
I don't know because Leviathan is literally the Wutai god.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's literally like their signature summon or the god that they worship in Wutai, and it is Leviathan.
And you get him.
Yeah, you get him. You get Leviathan and Wutai in the original game. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's who she wants to steal, but she gets more. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe because maybe she goes to Midgard looking for the Leviathan summon.
So here she got a magic. She got a magic, an independent, and a command material on her. Probably, I'm thinking this is gonna be like steel here. Magic is whatever with her. She take whatever. You know what I mean? Yo, let me see what's going on. Eric the Bear, what's up, man? The purists are dingleberries at Macho. Imagine calling yourself an FF fan and being mad about more content and character development. Yeah, that's the craziest thing. That's the craziest thing I ever seen. Like, yo, people are upset at this game. Like, how are you upset at this game? You still have the original that you can just play. You know what I mean? But more so, the remake is not just a remake. It's like a reimagining of the original game. You know what I mean?
And as a sequel.
Yeah, like I just don't understand how, as a Final Fantasy VII fan or a Final Fantasy fan, you're gonna be like, I don't want to play the remake because it's not the complete game, but it is a complete game. You know what I mean? Like, but that's from a lot of people that not playing the game, man. They're not playing it. They're not playing the game. It's just crazy.
They're not playing the game when they expect that Final Fantasy VII original can be entirely remade in the level of production value and quality that they're doing with the remake all in one go. Like,
it's crazy.
No, like,
yeah, so
that shit will be impossible. That's why they're doing it like this, so they don't cut nothing out. If they did it the other way, they'll have to cut a lot of things out.
This is deep grind right here. We seen these guys in Dirge. But yeah, I'm hella excited for this DLC, man. Yo, long shot, man. What's up, man? I mean, long lost Shinobi. What's up, man? I said long shot like it's X-Men.
Yeah. So, what are you expecting story-wise from Yuffie as far as like any type of pieces of the puzzles we put together to kind of like further like kind of explain what's going on in the actual like remake timeline or some shit like that? What do you think we're gonna get?
I just feel like they're just streamlining story aspects.
Is Yuffie?
Yeah, they're using Yuffie to like streamline certain stuff that was already mentioned in the compilation of games, right? Or just, you know, media in the game. So like other stuff, like a lot of people don't know about Avalanche's other branches. A lot of people didn't play games like you know, before Crisis, because it's very limited. Was
only in Japan, yeah. So exactly. I had to watch the whole thing on YouTube.
or they had like a certain ROM that you could have downloaded, but it was weird. It was a weird version of the game. But a lot of people didn't play that stuff, so you know, you're missing a lot of story aspects with that. I think Yuffie, her DLC, can tie over a lot of things like that. You know what I mean? Like, yo, actually shelling out this character before you met up with her, because like I said, when we met up with her, she was just somebody that was, you know, there for agenda to steal their material to bring it back to Wutai and, you know, help with all that stuff.
But she was optional. You could miss her.
Yeah, you can miss
her for the whole game
if you ain't do the correct dialogue option, which is what? Not interested, petrified.
I don't remember.
Wait a second.
I don't
That's
remember.
right. Let's hurry on.
Yeah.
Y'all can correct me in the chat.
No, I think you got it. But you can go through the whole game without even seeing her, without even like having her appear at all.
Yeah.
Like in the battle.
She meets up in the woods after you get out of the Mifro caves and, you know, for Condor. When you go into
the very first time I played FF7, I didn't even meet her. I met her like, I think it was closer to like Rocket Town. I think that's when I first seen her appear.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She appeared in the bushes.
In my first playthrough, but yeah, she can appear like right after the Mithra caves.
Mm-hmm.
Right after.
But yeah, I just think that they're streamlining the character more as far as her agenda, her objectives and all that stuff. They're gonna patch in like story elements, because they're not just setting up just for the 7 story portion of the you know the game. They're setting up stuff for the entirety of Final Fantasy VII. Like, people always saying that, oh, Final Fantasy VII Remake is not a complete game because they already have a game that's whatever, with Final Fantasy, the original game, right? Well, Final Fantasy VII original game, really look at it, if you're looking story wise, it's not the whole entire story of Final Fantasy, 7. So
yeah, it's a new story. Literally at the end of Remake, it literally says the unknown journey will continue, and the developers have said over and over again that even people who played the original are not gonna know what to expect coming next, and they're gonna be surprised. Mm-hmm. So that's telling you that is, you know what I mean? Like, you can't really say that oh, this game is a cut up version of the old game when this game is it's its own thing and new in itself. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm
So
saying. The old game is a cut up version too. The old game is Final Fantasy 7, but that's not the entirety of the story. You have, Crisis Core. You have the Dirge games.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
But like I'm saying, like they're using the remake to they're using the remake as an opportunity to streamline it and streamline the entire compilation. But that takes a lot of time and development, so that's why you're seeing it in more so like different chapters of the game, or different different numbers of games.
Bullshit. That's just a cash grab. The battle royale.
Yeah, the battle royale is. I'm talking about the remake itself.
Yeah.
Like people are saying, why is the remake, broke? Why is the original game broken up in different parts for the remake? Because like they're adding story elements to streamline everything in the game. They upgrading the whole game graphically wise. Midgar is as more detailed and bigger than we ever saw. They added more story elements. It's not just a one-to-one. You know what I mean? So that's why you're not seeing the full entire Final Fantasy VII original game here in the remake. Yes, in the remake you have a complete game because you have an end, you have the climax, you have the beginning, the middle, and the end. It's a complete game, but it's a complete game that's a part of the overall arc and story of Final Fantasy VII. You know what I mean? That's
yeah. Well, the remake is about the remake is mainly about Shinra,
they set things up.
Higher member, yeah, Cloud. He's a merc hired by Avalanche. So is a battle between eco terrorist Avalanche and the Shinra corporations. And then while you're doing that, whatever, and you're fighting Shinra or whatever, they take Aerith, and then now your objective is to go, save Aerith from the Shinra corporation and leave Midgar. That right there, that is the standalone story of Remake Part 1.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like in the original game, if you're not really searching far and wide for a story aspect, you know how people don't like to look for lore, because there's a lot of lore in the original game where it's not just brought up to you and told to you right in your face. You got to actually go to different towns and speak to different people to get actual lore in the game. The remake, they kind of streamline, like I said, they streamline a lot of that stuff, So even for the new people that's playing Final Fantasy, you're getting all those, you're hearing all these words, you're seeing these characters in one dosage, but you're also getting a proper breakdown of them as well, instead of you doing some of the Bloodborne stuff in the original game. Talking to Zach's parents, you know what I mean? Some people would probably even do that, you know what I mean? They probably say, oh, let me go to here, Gungaga, little story element, but let's ignore this part or here something. I don't know, you know what I mean?
And even the scene with like Zach, and when you see him like get shot and like die and stuff like that whole scene, that's actually a missable scene in the original game. Remember, because it's like you got to get it when you go to Shinra.
Oh yeah.
Manor or some shit like that. Like like after like a certain point or whatever. And so there was some things.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of stuff that's just missable.
Right. That adds to the lore. And Lucrezia in the cave. You know what I mean? Like that shit is completely missable, but it brings more shit to. And Vincent is completely missable as well.
Yep.
So
So Mega asks, will we get another Final Fantasy VII remake trailer? Right, breaking down the new combat or something like that. Maybe closer.
No, there's no new. Well, you talking about
they added some
like
stuff.
Yuffie?
Yeah, like Yuffie breakdown. They added some stuff to the combat here. It doesn't look like they look like they added like more air combos in there, and now you have like team up combo attacks, like partnered attacks. Yeah,
that's for the Yuffie DLCs. For the base games, I don't think they did anything with the combat. They just did shit like they giving us a material loadout, and anything like that. I mean, we don't know. We don't know if they're giving us more materials or weapons or something like that. So new abilities. So I wouldn't expect that, just because I think the Yuffie thing is like a whole bunch of shit that they're adding. How long do you think that's going to be? I'm thinking more like 2 or 3 hours.
For the Yuffie DLC, I'm thinking probably like 10.
10 hours?
Yeah.
No. You think so? Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm thinking, like, I don't know, man. I'm going low. I'm just like, yeah, it's probably gonna
I'm
be,
thinking they're gonna add side missions to this and all that, bro. They're not just
nah.
gonna.
I think it's gonna be as long as a chapter in Final Fantasy VII Remake, as long as one of those chapters.
I think if you want to fully complete it, you probably get like 10 hours out of it. If you're just going
Yeah.
straight through it.
If they add side stuff or whatever, because we do see her running around in Sector 7, and there was new locations that had more like verticality and like parkour stuff. So they're adding more to the level design, which that was kind of one of my, or like my only complaint is like some of the level designs is pretty basic as far as when you're going through the dungeons or whatever. So, but this one it looked like they're having more interesting level designs with Yuffie.
Yeah. Yo, Roxas asks, do y'all think it's coming to PC? Yeah, I think it's coming to PC. I think probably closer to when the PS5 version is out, you probably get an announcement. Other platforms or whatnot. We don't know how much the DLC costs yet. We don't know. We're just gonna assume. I'm thinking it's gonna be like $10 or $20.
Well, I think they somebody said on Japan, I think the prices have like leaked over there or been released over there, and then they said the prices that they were seeing in Japan was closer to like $20 US dollars.
Okay, yeah. That's right around where I had it, around that price range. Anything from there, I don't mind. I don't think they would go 30, because like I said, the Yuffie DLC, it comes with the PS5 version, the base standard version. It comes with it, which is $70, but it comes with it. The deluxe just comes with like the art book and the music, the soundtrack, and a little extra knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. But the standard version, when you pre-order the PS5 version, we don't have the game. You get the Yuffie DLC, the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and the Yuffie, the Cackstar's weapon.
Yeah, so you're pretty much getting Final Fantasy VII Remake, PS5 version for $50, and then the Yuffie DLC for $20, which is $70 all in one.
Yo, Mega said, yo, but here's the thing. If it comes to PC, will the DLC be exclusive to PS5? Because the PS4 isn't even getting a DLC. Maybe the DLC is like timed, but there's no way. If it comes to other platforms, there's no way the other platform is not going to get the Yuffie DLC. You know what I mean? There's no way they're going to do that.
Hey, we don't know. It might the DLC might be timed exclusive as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The DLC might be timed, but I'm just saying like it's eventually going to hit there. I don't think the DLC going to be like Xbox One. You know what I mean? Like I said, they moving on. You see the integrated name, they moving on.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this game's coming to PC, but I don't think it's coming to Xbox.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
At least not anytime soon. I mean, it may. I'm not saying that it's not, but I don't know. Like it, and you know what? The fact that they're doing it, like, this confirms that since the DLC, because think about it, there's like no reason not to release the DLC on PS4, but they're still doing it anyways because they want to move away from the PlayStation 4 and make sure they're not held back. Which I appreciate that, but this also lets us know that Remake Part 2 was full PS5. You know what I mean? We don't got to worry about PS4.
Nomura said it. Yeah. He said it. He said we moving on. The next version is going to be PS5. He said it right here with his Audrey.
There we go.
Interview.
See,
that shocks me because I remember there was like a financial reporting that Square did, and they said that they won't have any PlayStation 5 exclusive games. They're still developing
for a
PS4.
while.
Yeah, but they obviously, I guess that changed.
Right. I mean, they still have a bunch of like cross-gen titles and like PS4. Like they still got The World Ends With You, like Bravely Default came out and stuff like that. But for like the mainline, like huge Final Fantasy games and shit like that, I think Square always does this shit. You know what I mean? Every time there's a new console, they make sure that the next Final Fantasy or Final Fantasy games they put on there is not restricted to the last gen console as far as hardware, because Square loves to push tech in graphics and technology, and especially in Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy is really like is the biggest AAA JRPG. Like there's no other JRPG AAA games that are like that has that same amount of like quality when it comes to graphics and stuff like that. So it makes sense that new generation, let's go full on ahead and shit like that.
Yeah, cause look at yeah, exactly. FS16.
Yeah.
I just feel like they just don't want to. Just doing the PS4 is probably gonna slow them down as far as what they want to do eternally. So there's like, yo, the episode Yuffie, we're just gonna work on the PS5. We're working. We have the PS5 version coming out. We're just gonna focus on that. You know what I mean? Hopefully, there's more PS5s in store where you can just walk in and get it by the time this stuff come out. That would be great. But like, yeah, I understand people's gripes with that, but. What you want? I can't. What you want me to do? You know what I mean? Like here, like I said, we're gonna quote this again. Nomura, for Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate, the word integrate has a meaning of being a middle, which serves as the midway point between Final Fantasy VII and the next installment. This also means to move, which is a nod of moving on to the new PS5 system to the next installment. This is quoting Nomura here.
Yeah, I would definitely have a PS5. And here's the thing: like I have the PS4. I don't have the PS5 right now, and I'm not feeling no type of way. I'm like, yeah, fuck us PS4 users. Move the fuck on. That's what we want.
Yeah. Y'all want to see episode Yuffie in bad textures?
Yeah, nah, fuck that. Like, yeah, I'm getting a PS5 anyway, so it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Like, even if it came out on PS4, I would still wait to buy it on a PS5 if I didn't have a PS5 by then.
Yeah, I just feel like PlayStation just need to get together with getting those PS5s.
It's like Miles Morales. I haven't played Miles Morales yet because I'm waiting to play the PS5 version of it.
As you should. Yeah, man. So. Guys, just wait it out, I guess, and get that PS5. I won't spoil episode Yuffie. I can promise you that. But the Final Fantasy, now that I jump in +2, oh my God. Listen, you guys don't understand, man. When this game came out, I had so much pictures, so much stuff that I wanted to talk about, but I was like, people's like, Barry, you're spoiling the game. I was posting simple pictures too, like simple junk. You know what I mean? You're spoiling the game. So I was like, you know what? All right, let me stop. I respect people's, they didn't get to play the game yet. Whatever reason they didn't get to play the game yet. But now it's a year out and you guys still ain't buy this game, which I think is crazy as hell. Right? You still ain't play this game, which I think is crazy as hell. And now it's coming to PlayStation Plus. If you have any excuse talking about you're not gonna play this game, you're a dumbass. I'll probably block you on sight. Real talk. I'll probably block. If I see somebody I had PlayStation Plus, but I'm still not playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'll block you right there. Without hesitation. Honestly, I would just block you right there without any hesitation. But now that it's on PlayStation Plus and all that stuff, bro, the pictures, when that PS5 version come out, the pictures is coming through. Not the Yuffie stuff. I respect people on the Yuffie stuff because that is just brand new. That's brand new. But the actual remake, oh man, listen. Yeah,
now they got photo mode. Ooh.
Oh man, listen. Bro. Roxas, the PlayStation 4 version like $30, yo. People refuse. I think a lot of people scared to play Final Fantasy VII Remake because they gonna like it. They gonna like it, bro. They gonna like everybody I know that came in this game with like a hesitation and they doubted, this is episodic, dumbass comment. Everybody's like, oh my God, they ruined it. It's not turn-based, which is kind of turn-based anyway, because people exposing themselves with Ever Crisis. It's like, Ever Crisis is better than the remake because look, now it's turn-based. They took what Final Fantasy VII Remake battle system is. They took away the action portion. Like I said, the way how you build ATB, that is the action portion of Final Fantasy VII Remake. You need to swing your blade to build the ATB bar, so you get into the turn-based kind of mode by using ATB for like certain commands and stuff like that.
For commands and stuff like that, right? To heal yourself, or to do spells, or to do abilities and stuff like that does more damage to take your enemies down quicker. Because the regular attacks, they don't really do a lot of damage. You gotta wait for your ATB to fill up.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, people were were playing the game, they didn't even know like some of the things when the mechanic. Because I remember when it came out last year. Who was? I think it was Kofi, from Press Start, and somebody else that was saying that the game had a lack of defensive options.
Oh yeah,
Right?
I think I know you talk. I know.
Yeah.
I remember that too. I think it was Wispion that said that there was like no defensive options. I was like, what?
Yeah, and it's like, bro, what are you talking about? Like you have magic barriers. There's a dedicated block button. There's a dedicated roll button. There's parries, counters. You know what I mean? There's accessories that boost up your defense. Barrett has steel skin that boosts up his defense. Aerith has
You got barrier.
the little flower wall thing that stops projectiles from
That's
coming through.
godlike.
You know what I mean? It's like, yo, there was a plethora of defense options throughout the entire game, and people was like, "Oh man, this is a lack of defense option." Like, bro, did you play the game? Did you read the actual abilities and materials and shit? You know what I mean?
Nah, man. Read. What you mean, read?
Yeah.
Yo, what do you think about Alex's comments on the remake? Alex is just wrong, straight up.
I don't even know what he said.
I heard him on Press Start yesterday. Anything I've ever heard him say about Final Fantasy VII Remake is not right. I don't even know if he played the original game, to be honest with you.
I didn't even watch it.
To be honest, like there's certain things that he says, like it leads me to question that if he even played the original game, like to its entirety,
or he didn't understand the story because he thinks everything is
Genova.
Doing.
Yeah. It's people like that. I question. Well, I just leave them alone because they just in their own BS. Yeah. Like you haven't even played the remake, but you have so much opinions on it. Like, yo, you have a PlayStation 4. Let's play the game, and then
and then that's because he's a big fan.
That's what gamers. Yo, everybody that's such a big fan. I've heard everybody talking about, yo, Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite game. But they out here talking about they're not gonna play Final Fantasy 7 Remake. It's pure fraudulent behavior, bro. It's fraudulent behavior. You know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite game of all time getting remade, right? You telling me that you don't have no inclination to play it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you no desire, like, it's tickling my fancy. I gotta play this. It's my favorite game. If it's bad or good.
Even if you're worried about, like, even if you're even if there were, you there are things in the games that you were worried about. It's like you still, even still, it's like even as a fan, you still will want to know how they did the fucking remake. You know what I mean? Like, good or bad. Like, you're like, oh, this is my favorite game ever. Let me see what they fuck to do. They're like, nah, these dudes don't even want to give it a chance. But they have the most, but yet they're the most opinionated about the game. They're not even playing.
They're not even playing. Yo, it's everybody that haven't played it, bro, is got these crazy ass opinions about. And then it's like, yo, the best things I love seeing is like I hear a conversation with somebody that's not playing the game talk about it, and then somebody that comes in that played the game was like, no, that's not correct, right? Because the person that hasn't played the game is acting like they're correct, like they're speaking facts, and the person that's playing is like, no, that's not true. Like, I played the game, and it always falls down. Did you play it? And the person's like, no, I didn't play it. Like, yo, why am I having a conversation with you then, man? Like, you ain't played the game, man. Like, it's a great game. I don't know why people are refusing to play a great game. It's a great game, bro.
Even if you don't think it's the greatest game or your game of the year or whatever, it's like, yo, people just fucking rock with it, man. Yeah. Like, it was nominated, like it won a couple Game of the Year awards and shit like that. Like,
the pacing is good. It's a fun game. The battle system is by far my favorite. You know what I mean? Like, yo, this somebody comes. I like turn-based games as well, man. But yo, FF7 was a good hybrid. FF7 Remake was a great hybrid between action and turn-based, because you got both of it. You can't just be spamming in the game, right? You can't do that in FF7, especially if you're playing like hard mode. You can't do that. You know what I mean? You do have to use your partners as well. So when you transfer over, you're going into the command menu, and you have to build up their ATB as well. Like, that joint was fire, man. Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
Yo,
you gotta build up to You have Aerith. You got to build up her ATB. Then she lays down her little the ring of the spells that makes her do like the double casting.
Yep.
And shit like that. You set her up, but then, you know what I mean, or set her up with like a magnified material with barriers, so everybody gets
Everybody get
fortified
it. Yep.
and shit like that. Then you start building up Tifa's ATB, so then you can buff her. You know what I mean? She does her little chi buffs or whatever twice. That way, boom. That way you can start putting out more damage to straight DPS or whatever.
You can still use materia. You can still use materia offensively. You can use it defensively with
for support.
Yep.
Right? I keep Barris at a distant, long range, building up his ATB for support. As soon as the party's HP is down, cast prayer or some shit like that. You know what I mean? There's all sorts of ways to like.
You know what, too, Chris?
And think strategically.
You know what, too, Chris? Final Fantasy VII Remake by far has like the best boss fight pacing in a game in a long. Like, yo, like you think you hit the tippity top of a boss, right? Say you fight Airbuster or Crab Warden, like, yo, that shit was crazy. Yo, then they hit you with another boss. It's like, yo, y'all doing this? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the boss fights just keep escalating. It's getting escalating. Even the little mini ones, man. Like, yo, the game pacing, the boss fights, the battle system is amazing, man. It's the mini games.
That's what I said. I said I haven't enjoyed these big big scale boss fights, right? With like the music and all that shit in the game since like God of War 3. You know what I mean? Since like God of War 3 and boss fights, like fighting all the gods, like that's how it felt with Final Fantasy 7 with like its boss fight. It's like all the boss was like very grand and fucking.
Oh yeah, Hell House. Yo, look what they did to Hell House. This is a regular enemy, like a rare enemy that you can come across when you get in like the Midgar, like Sector 6 tunnels and whatever.
The collapse highway.
Yeah, and they made that into like a boss, bruh. And if you didn't understand the concept, if you didn't pick up the concept, you was gonna be there for a minute fighting that boss.
Yeah,
right?
You had to switch up. You had to make sure that you set up all the right spells. So there were times where he would like switch like his magic or whatever. Then he'll be weak, right? Like he'll be fire. So you have to he's like weak to wind or whatever. When he's lightning, he's weak to whatever element and shit like that. Yep. You got to switch it up. Yeah,
and then you got to fight him again in the VR, and then you fight him again in hard. Oh my goodness. Yo, listen, I'm trying to tell you, bro, the boss fights in 7 Remake absolutely fire, bro.
Bro, to get the platinum. Yo, remember you had to fight. There was a VR mission where you had to fight Ifrit and Bahamut at
same time
on hard mode.
Same time. Hey yo, people gonna talk their shit talking about, oh, I beat that my first try. Yo, you are a goddamn liar. Because if you didn't look up like a strategy guide, you wouldn't even know that was going to be the next upcoming fight. Because they had them in question marks. When you defeat them, that's when it's like, okay, it's going to be Shiva and like Ifrit here or something like that, or some boss, right? You know what I mean? You didn't even know that.
I set Barra up to have absorb fire. So when we got to the Ifrit and Bahamut fight, I was just attacking Bahamut while Ifrit will heal me up. While Ifrit will heal me up. It's shit like that. That's what I'm saying. That
jump,
like,
but right there, that took trial and error. You have to get to that. Like, exactly. You know what? Now let me set up I'm setting up Barret, not for me when I fight Shiva or Leviathan. When I get to the actual Ifrit, we're gonna be good when I get to that. But you had to set that up. You know what I mean? Which takes some strategy. But people wanna undermine the game, talking about, oh, it's action now, so it's a swinging and missing. Nah, bro. that jump was lit.
You gotta use your material to your advantage. Like I fought Shiva, in the VR. She beat me the first time. And I was like, damn, like how am I gonna set my shit up? Oh, you know what? I have absorb. Let me put ice absorb. And guess what? The entire time Shiva was attacking me, she was healing me, so she do no damage. So it made it a lot easier, Yo,
there should be a boss rush mode DLC. Yeah, I love that.
Oh no, there is. Isn't there? Yeah. Then they say there's gonna be like a boss rush or like a boss select mode or some shit like that.
I don't know. I didn't see that, but I'm pretty sure they probably have like the VR stuff in there. There's no way they're not going to miss out on the VR stuff. Maybe you fight.
That's what they should do. They should put all the bosses in VR.
Yeah, you probably going to talk with my man. What's his name? Chandler or Channel, whatever his name is. Oh, Chad. You going to talk with him?
Chadley.
Yeah, Chadley. And you probably set something up. Because Yuffie goal is to get materia. I think they're going to have side missions set up where she wants to get like materia and stuff like that. Yo, Jamar, what's up, man? You know what I mean? But yeah, like I'm super excited, man. Like I like the move personally. I like the move to move to PS5. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to take advantage of all of that, imagine the second installment with the 4K, the textures already good on RIP, 60 frames already. You can pick that if you want to pick that mode already on there. That's gonna be
probably
crazy.
gonna be, since it's on PS5. It's probably gonna they're probably gonna move development from Unreal 4 to Unreal 5, right?
Oh yeah, that's another one.
And remember, Epic Games said that like if you're making a game on Unreal 4 now, don't worry about it by the time 5 comes out, because all that shit will be easily transferable. Like, you know what I mean? So like the whole shit will get ported over to the new engine, right? They don't have to worry about the limitations of the PlayStation 4. They can utilize the PS5 and the SSD and stuff like that. So Remake Part 2, that shit gonna be crazy. That shit is gonna be fucking crazy. Now that I know it's PS5 only, I mean, they haven't said it, but we know that it's PS5 only.
Yeah,
I'm very excited. It's gonna be big. Remake Part 2 is definitely gonna be big.
yo, because that's a big step right there. You come out with this new DLC, new story, you know, for the remake, but it's only tied to the PS5. That's big. You know what I mean? They obviously moving on. They moving on. Like, yo, listen, okay, we understood, but it's
because
time.
It makes
man.
no sense if Remake Part 2 would be on the PS4 as well. Then the DLC should be on the PS4 as well too. Like, it wouldn't make sense.
And this right here also too, Chris, it also tells me that Part 2 is not that long away than we think. You know, everybody talking about, oh, it's going to be 2024 until we see the next installment. I don't think it's going to be that long. Maybe I'm not going to go with 2021 no more, but I definitely see probably.
I knew it was going to come 2021.
I definitely probably see it around April to like June of 2022, man. Second installment.
Yeah, I think 2023.
I don't think it's going to be that long.
I hope not, but
yo, bro, look how quick they did the PS5. They did the PS5 version in a year.
Yeah, they did it.
And they already said it in the interviews. They have the assets, so now it's much easier. The development process is much easier to do.
I will say that it seems like Square has tightened up their management, and the days of Square taking 10 years to make a fucking game, I think that's definitely I wouldn't say completely over, but you know, we could tell like with Final Fantasy, even the director of Final Fantasy 16, he said he don't want to do that, like announce a game earlier than it's like, you know, it takes like 5, 6, 7 years to come out or whatever. He wants to announce the game and then be it closer to when the game is gonna release or whatever. And so now with Final Fantasy 7 Remake, like Part 2, right? They took the longest to make the first one because they had to stop development from CyberConnect and like redo the game again. But now it's smooth sailing, so this shit shouldn't take long at all. Like the turnaround should be fairly quick instead of waiting like 5 years for like a sequel or some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Like I said, like you guys saying 2023. Hey, we're gonna find out, man. Like I said, they already had interviews saying that once they completed Part 1, they already have the assets, so it's gonna make it much easier to development process for the second installment. Is going to be much faster because they don't have to rebuild everything like that. But now that you're just focusing on PS5, that's even going to speed things up because now you don't have to worry about a PS4 version. You know what I mean? So
not only that, like remember, like they're saying the PS5 is the easiest console to develop for it. So, you know, getting everything up there, like, you know, it should be a quicker process.
But yeah, Square has a lot of shit on their hands too. You know what I mean? They got 16.
This is why I don't think it's like, okay, like they put a lot of work in Integrate, and they're putting a lot of work into Remake Part 2. We know that, you know, plus the small little mobile spinoffs, right, and resources and stuff like that. I don't think they're allocating time or resources to port an Xbox version. You know what I mean? That's just how I feel. I could be completely wrong. Like it wouldn't bother me. It would, bring it to Xbox if you want. Like, that's fine. You know, you motherfuckers ain't gonna buy it unless it comes to Game Pass.
Yo, they not buying that shit, bro. They gonna like, isn't it in Game Pass? They go, matter of fact, they gonna get Final Fantasy 7 Remake, right? It's gonna be $60 on Xbox, right? They gonna look at the PlayStation.
No, it's gonna be $70.
Oh yeah, 70. Yeah, they gonna look at the PlayStation. Oh, the PlayStation had the PS4 for 30. It did great for 6. Why are they charging more for X? You know they gonna do some crazy ass excuse to like not buy the game. Phil, can you put this in Game Pass? Yo, Chuck, what's good, man? You know the vibes already, man.
Because they said they said they'll bring Phil Spencer said they'll bring Final Fantasy 14 to Xbox 2019. 2021, what did they say? Yeah, we don't have the time and resources, and we're very busy and focused right now. AKA, yeah, we don't want to put that shit on Xbox.
Yo, I remember the original reason why 14 wasn't on Xbox. Like the producers like Xbox didn't want to free up their servers so they can do, because they want everything to be on crossplay. They want to do everything crossplay with the game. They don't want to lock it off on one platform, right? And they didn't want to free up their servers. Now I'm hearing some different reasons why they're not putting it on there. You know what I mean? Well, I remember the original reason was because of them servers. Xbox didn't want to do crossplay.
Yeah, Xbox didn't want to do crossplay, and also when Realm Reborn went free to play, Square didn't want players to have to buy Xbox Live in order to play the free to play version of 14. You know what I mean? Because once it went free to play, you no longer need a plus or anything like that. Or not even when it's not free to play, when you pay for the actual subscription, like the 14 subscription, whatever it is, $10-14 a month or whatever, they didn't want an added fee, right? So like right now, I could play Final Fantasy 14 on PlayStation and not have PS Plus, even when I get to the paid content where I have to pay monthly, right? Even when I get to that content, I still don't need Plus for it. But Microsoft policy did not allow that.
True. Yeah, I mean, Square has a lot of stuff in there that they're working on, but yet we're still getting integrated. We're still getting a new episode with Yuffie. You know what I mean? Final Fantasy 7 really did great for them as well. 14 is doing great for them as well. 16 probably going to do great for them as well. I think they just prioritizing certain things, because even like games like Babylon Fall, we ain't even get that yet. That Project Awakening, we ain't getting that yet. I think that just went down the list of like what they're catering towards first. Like, yo, I think people want Final Fantasy 7 Remake, 16 and 14. We're gonna focus on that with the big teams, and everything else once we finish those projects.
I think instead of Babylon Fall, Square should have just had Platinum Games work with Yoko Taro again.
Oh, to
just like that mashup, Platinum Games and Yoko Taro. That's like a beautiful mashup, So Yoko Taro storytelling with Platinum Games, gameplay style and shit like that. So yeah, but we'll see, because Yoko Taro is supposed to be working on new games over there from Square Enix. He's making more Square Enix games.
Yeah.
So he's working on 2 other games.
Yo, so, doing that battle with Roach again, bruh. Oof. I can't wait for that, yo. That's gonna look nasty. 60, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't wait for this joint, man. Real talk. Like I said, I'm excited, man. I see a lot of people excited for it as well. You do have those little Debbie Downers that's trying to bring hate towards anything that is positive news. But at the end of the day, overall, everybody's pretty happy with what's going on. And here's you get an actual. You get to see the HQ of this faction of Avalanche.
Yeah, no Macho Channel. Final Fantasy 14 is free to play up to a certain point. All right, so it's like I think now it's
up to level 50.
Heaven Sword. Yeah, it's up to like level 50 and up to like a certain expansion, like Heaven Sword or one of the expansions. So you get the main Realm Reborn game and another expansion, all that you can play for free. Like it's free to play up until that point. Once you hit a certain point where you get into the other expansions or whatever, then you have to subscribe. You know what I mean? Then you have to sub. So
yeah, it's up to a certain level that you can do it. I think it's 50.
It's like up to like 50 or whatever, which is still like a lot. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of game for free still. You know what I mean? So
which is a smart move.
Why isn't it the entire thing free? What? I gotta pay a subscription. Why
Yeah,
isn't it
like
free?
those games, that is a real games as a service. Like, yo, you want this service, you're gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? You want new expansions, you pay for it. But yo, that game is highly profitable, man. That game is doing well for Square Enix.
Yo, do you think we'll see Roach again? Because we don't see Roach again after our battle in the remake at
Absolutely.
all.
I think Roach.
You think we're gonna see him with Yuffie?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I think so.
And not only that, do you think Yuffie and her friend, right? I keep forgetting his fucking name. He's brand new, so I keep forgetting his name.
Sonon?
Yeah. What if they the ones who rescues Biggs and Jesse?
Oh, you talking about like they rescued
when the play falls? Yeah.
That would be like the
sense.
remake right there.
That would make sense.
Yo, this girl look like Tifa
a
little bit, yo. But I know she's not, but she look a little bit like her. Y'all see it? This is Tifa here. Hold up. This is Tifa here. And then the new girl gonna come through. Kind of look like her a little bit, man. Ain't XSO. Like Sonon, man, looks like a cool character, but it's something that's not sitting well with my spirit with his character. I feel like I get bad guy vibes with him, man. You know, we'll figure it out when we play.
You think he's like a Shinra spy in Avalanche or some shit like that?
I think it's something with him, man. There's no. I think the pole arm is more significant than we think. Why he's holding it?
Yeah, because he doesn't look like a regular Avalanche soldier. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like he has some type of significant, and which is crazy because he called Yuffie boss.
Yeah.
And one of the things, or
like
whatever,
right there in that section that just passed, she was like, "Yeah, boss." In Japanese, it was like senpai.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I can't wait for this, man. I know everybody's excited for it. Like I said, the best thing I would love everybody to get a PS5 before the time this game comes out. I mean the DLC comes out, but we'll definitely see.
And if not, whenever you get a PS5, if you own the remake, you get the upgrade for free, and then you get the DLC. You probably get it cheaper.
Exactly.
Like, it's not gonna go away. It's like, even if like you want to wait and you don't want to pay a $70 version, like, you can just wait and get that shit cheaper. Like, either way, man, you should play the game. Like,
let's get off Twitter that weekend. Yo, that weekend gonna be fire. Yo, Ratchet and Clank. The DLC. Oh my. Listen, just get off of Twitter that weekend, yo. Cause some people, they just gonna post their shit. Get off Twitter, yo.
Yeah.
But yo, Chris, man, any final thoughts, man? Cause I'm gonna be on Crossfire. At 7.
Nah, man. This is what I wanted. I wanted, like, if they were gonna do like a definitive edition, right? For PlayStation 5, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted, obviously them improve the graphics and the performance mode and quality of life changes, but also added DLC content and stuff like that. And I was just expecting something small, like maybe like a chapter 8.5 where you see a point of view of when Cloud falls into Sector 5 Church.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Maybe something small like that. But man, they're like, nah, we're gonna give an actual Yuffie DLC.
They're going above and
there's
beyond.
Gonna be new locations, new characters, new slightly new battle system with her, and particularly, you know what I mean, better level designs with traversal mechanics, interesting traversal mechanics and whatever with Yuffie, going around as like a little ninja or whatever. So yeah, man, they're going all out, and I think shit, they end up charging $20-$30 for it. To me, that shit would be worth it. I mean, for me. So
yeah,
but
man.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I love it. I was gonna I'm definitely making a video about it, the whole thing today, stuff like that. And I was also gonna make a video about Ys 9 as well. I'm still.
Yeah, how far are you in on Ys 9?
I just beat because like I lost almost like a whole week of playtime because of what happened here in Texas.
Oh
right?
damn, yeah, right.
Yeah, I lost like a whole week. I had no water, so I wasn't playing shit. Like, I just beat that dragon. It was like the crystals. He has like the crystal feet and the crystal on his head. It's like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I just beat him. Like I literally just beat him.
So
So
you got
and I
raging,
played
you
that
got
shit on
raging bull
Nightmare.
then.
I'm playing that shit on Nightmare, and it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's not that bad on Nightmare. Like I thought it was gonna be. Because there's two harder difficulties above Nightmare.
Like the Inferno and all that.
Yeah, like Inferno and Insanity and shit like that. But other than that, man, yeah, thanks for having me on. Great time to be a Final Fantasy fan. Like in general, like a Square Enix fan in general, they've just been killing it. You know what I mean? You got Bravely Default, then you got The World Ends With You, then you got Final Fantasy 16. Into MMOs, you got the best MMO out right now, Final Fantasy 14, and then Final Fantasy 7.
Square killing it, man. Yo, Macho, I'm down to do a spoiler cast for episode Yuffie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm down for it, man. Yeah, I don't think I did one for the remake because I was that week. You know what I mean? When I beat the game. Yeah, but that wasn't my own. That was like that's what everybody else I think was. Or did I do one? I don't remember. I did so much podcasts for this game.
I think you did one.
Yeah, I don't remember, bro. I was on like.
You know what? It might have been. I think we did one with Sick.
Okay, I think so. Yeah, 'cause I remember just joining a lot of people's like streams and stuff like that because it was so much. Like everybody was doing a spoiler cast in the game. It's like, yo, Bar, you want to join? I remember joining like about 5 of them joints, bro. Crazy.
Yeah. Wasn't there some Kingdom Hearts news, some shit like that? Like Nomura said he wasn't gonna be working on a certain game or a certain game.
Nah, he's not working on the next iteration, the next installment of Final Fantasy 7 remake. He's not the director. He's like I think something producer of it now. He's not going to be like the overseeing director. It's Hamaguchi.
No. I know that Hamaguchi is the actual director, and Nomura is pretty much like the overseer, right?
Yeah.
And then Hamaguchi is the one like actually like getting shit done, and while Nomura is like still overseeing the project, because he has multiple. But I was talking about something with like Kingdom Hearts or something. Like, I don't know. Whatever. It don't matter.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts. That's like Nomura's baby, man. I don't think you ever hear anything like he's not working with that. Yeah, Nomura has changed that story so much. That's why Kingdom Hearts it's so like so long in the tooth as far as like a series. But you know what I mean, like people get mad at Nomura, but he listened to the fans. Everything that he has done in Kingdom Hearts is because of the fans' response. So you see more Xehanort, that's because of the fans' response. You see Axel,
the fans ask them to do this or this is what they want, and then he gives it to them, and they still complain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I remember, like, I remember when I was doing my review and people was getting upset at my review of Final Fantasy with Kingdom Hearts 3. I was like, this is everything that I wanted to happen in Kingdom Hearts 3. And one of the biggest things was like resurrecting Xeon, right? And people was getting upset at that. But I'm not gonna go into spoilers for those people that ain't finished Kingdom Hearts 3. But certain character got resurrected. She saw her anyway. But spoilers. I'm sorry. But people was like, yo, they love this character. The more, what I mean, it was like, all right, we're gonna bring the character back. And people was like, wait,
that's what I'm saying.
Bring the character back. It's so realistic.
Like, how long was Remind? It was like 3 hours, right? Or 3 to 5 hours.
Remind is just like a more of like a retelling of 3 and what's happening to Sora, because something happened. All right, let me try not to spoil it. Something happened to Sora that is detrimental, and they pretty much just like kind of like what they did with WandaVision today. If you guys see WandaVision, they're retelling the story a bit, but with Remind, you also refighting all the bosses that you fought in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, I see it right here. They said is 3 to 5 hours. I think how long to be says 4 hours.
Yeah,
that shit was $30. You think if Yuffie is $20, we're getting 10 hours, my guy?
No, I'm saying that I'm saying that with everything included.
Like if they had extra side missions.
Yeah,
and
if there's
stuff
gonna
like
be
that,
side missions you want to complete it, it's gonna be like 10 hours.
VR missions.
Like Remind, yeah, you going through the story portion is like 3 hours, but that's not nobody's mentioning defeating all the bosses again. You're not doing that in 3 hours. them bosses is hard as hell. You know what I mean? You gotta fight all the bosses again.
Okay, I see what Rox is talking about. He was talking about the mobile game, the KH Union.
Oh yeah. That's ending.
Yeah.
That been running for a long time though. That's getting
All right, man.
Yeah, guys. Well, we're gonna end this here, guys. Appreciate everybody coming through once again, man, in the chat, and just keeping it respectful as far as keeping it Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know we see some of these streams, like a lot of these specific streams. I like to keep it on the topic, and more so when there's like a like a speak from the heart or just me like a soapbox kind of talk. I would talk about other things, but this was like a more direct kind of focus stream. But definitely going to catch you guys later. If more news come on Final Fantasy VII Remake, we're going to talk about it. And still more state of play stuff to talk about. So tune in for What's Up PlayStation podcast tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about state of play. We're going to talk about all the news again. We have Chandler Wood coming on from PlayStation Lifestyle. I think he runs the site PlayStation Lifestyle. It's going to be cool to see his perspective on some of the news that's coming out as well. But yeah, me and Persona.
Looking forward to that.
Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time, guys. What's Up PlayStation podcast. Be there. Or be Square Enix. No. That's not a good one. I'm going to leave it there. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Yo, come through and Mooch's podcast. Want to support the boy. PS Nation, show some support. And we out of here, man. Check out Chris as well. Chris say you dropping videos on this stuff as well. Chris's channel is in the description. So definitely go and subscribe to my man, Chris Righteous, man. The second best lisp on you. Oop. But all right, guys. I'm going to holler at y'all later, man. Deuces.
All right.